Okay, here I'm using an exercise that I use regularly before a competition. It's 4 oxes in a row. I have them at 11 yards or just over 10 metres apart, and it's absolutely brilliant to develop the rider's reactions and also get the horse jumping through his back and getting very, very clean and careful. Here we're using a little bit of a warm-up where the rider's just picking the odd fence and jumping them across on the angle. This is really good because it develops a partnership of the horse following where the rider's going. It's quite tricky because you as a rider have to really hold your line with your eyesight and not allow your horse to deviate. You have to be quite quick reacting, and this exercise doesn't give you 2 or 3 strides on the landing to collapse. You have to always look to the new direction. Here from the front, you can see how we jump one fence, miss one out, go to another, and this encourages the horse to stay upright through the curving line. We turn back on ourselves here, and I encourage any rider to hold the inside of the centre or the midline because this encourages the withers to work a little bit higher. It stops the horse drifting across the line, and you'll see in a moment or two how the rider here holds with their new inside leg to prevent the horse drifting to the new direction. That enables them to land correctly onto the correct canter lead and in good balance. So even with rhythm fences on the cross country, the ones that you'll jump out of your stride, it's massively important to hold your line, don't allow your horse to drift, and to be very disciplined on the landing. So here is how the exercise really works with a set of flags. Again, I'm encouraging the rider to hold an inside line to stop the horse drifting away from the turn. Position is very, very important. Here we have one positional fault with Richard where his legs stay away from the horse mid-air, and it's really important to keep the legs closed on. But his focus and his eyesight and his symmetry was good, holding the horse in a straight line. So there's a lot of challenges for you as a rider for this exercise. Holding your line and staying straight. This is why I've put the flags there, to make sure you stay left of central. So that makes the horse's withers work really, really hard rather than drift across the fence. And as a rider, you need to look down the line, stay very, very consistent with your aids. Try and keep your rein contact all of the time so you can keep your steering aids in the air. I've put a little fence at the end because that encourages you to follow your eye after the last fence so you keep looking for the next line. Make a constructive change of rein when you're going to the new direction. Here, the rider asks for a change. You can use anything you like. A simple change, a flying change like Richard's used here, although the horse is still in early stages. But it's really important to keep thinking about how the flat work improves the next line. And here we have a good straight line in, so you need to make sure that you never allow the horse to be sloppy on the turn, because then that will set a difficult line and you'll have a lot of catching up to get the horse back on a straight line again. Keep your eye looking for the new direction, stay consistent in your position, keep your hands fairly low. Try and allow the horse to work through his neck. Always use something coming out. Even if you haven't got a jump, always have a focal point. I like to put a jump in because it gets the rider sharp and thinking where they're going. So the main point to be aware of is the turn in and being able to hold that particular line. Never take your eye off the next fence and try and maintain the consistency through your position, through the rhythm and through the softness in your arm. Always think fairly quickly. If your horse goes one way or another, be there to hold him between your leg and hand and react really quickly. And never forget to give him lots of praise for this exercise.